2016 Toyota Sienna. I'm doing the rear taillight housing assembly and the bulb. I'm doing this one right here. My assembly is cracked, so I'm replacing this whole assembly, but I'm also going to show you how to do the bulbs as well. So there's two bulbs in there. Let's go ahead and open the rear hatch here. Get this opened up, and then once it's open, so the most annoying part of this job is you have to get this back panel off. It's not really that bad, it just takes a minute. What you want to do is just kind of pull down on this panel, and it's held in by clips. If you have like a plastic pry bar like this, there's a little opening right here, a little notch for you to pull it down by. You just get this in here and just kind of pry it down, and then it'll pop down. It won't come all the way off because there's two hooks holding it on, and I'll show you what's up with those in a sec. But basically what you want to do is you don't really need to remove any of these ones back here. It's just the big one, and you just want to kind of work your way around the whole thing, just wiggling it and pulling it down. Wiggling it and pulling down, it will be your best friend to get this off. Just work your way around. You could use, like, you know, if you have plastic pry bar sets, you could use those. And then once you get to the front, you'll see these two plastic hooks. There's two plastic hooks you got to push inwards and then go down with it. So you push them forwards, like towards the front of the car, and then you could pull them down. These are there, I think, just to prevent this panel from falling on a person when they start to remove it. Maybe to hold it in place better too as well, I don't know. But anyways, those got to come off. Once those come off, you could finally work your way around and get all these clips off, and then this will eventually pop off. Be careful not to lose any of these white clips. They sometimes they'll break, and you know, you could get new ones, or they'll just stay up there and you got to pull them out of the door and then put them back. Like, see, this one's missing and this one's missing. If you break some and you don't have access to new ones, you can kind of move them around to get yourself, like, you know, to get to hold tight. Here's our bulbs. Basically, to get these out, you would twist it and pull it out. You twist it to unlock it, and then you just pull it out, the connector that is, and then you'd remove the bulb like this. Careful not to squeeze the bulb so tight that it breaks in your fingers. But this will come out, you'd get your new bulb, put it in, and then you'd put this back in and lock it into place. Here's the other bulb right here. I believe this is the reverse bulb, and same thing for that one. Now I'm doing the whole assembly, so this 10mm bolt's got to come off. I'll go ahead and get this off. It's a 10mm. A deep socket 10mm works the best, in my opinion. And then there's another one up here. We got to get this one off right there. And then once that's off, once those two are off, you might feel tempted to just push this off right here, but it might fling off and scratch your paint or hit something or somebody. So just what I do is I'll pull it back down, and I kind of just take a little plastic pry bar and kind of come on the outside and push it up. Now on the top part is where there's a lock pin. You don't need to do anything to unlock it, but you just got to pry on that part especially. And you could kind of just work your way around. Careful not to scratch your paint. You could put like tape around the paint if you're worried about it. But yeah, on the top right side right here is where there's a pin, and that's like kind of holds it in. So if you just get that part out, I mean, you could probably use like a butter knife or something if you really need, if you had no tools. But we'll get this off like that. Got my new one from the dealership. I'll show you. The new one comes with new bulbs and connectors, which is nice, but if you have an aftermarket one, it might not, so just switch the old connectors and bulbs over. Here's my part number. Again, this is from Toyota dealership. So yeah, this is the official one. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it on. Now when you go to put this on, make sure there's no like old remaining black foam from the other one. Basically, all you do is you line up the studs and that pin, and then you just gently put it in place. Then we're going to go ahead and just get the nuts back on, the 10mm nuts. Go ahead and get those tight, and then we'll use our connectors just to connect to these new ones. And I had to unplug the old sockets from these connectors. And then after that is all good, we're going to take our panel. Again, if these little clips get stuck in the door, you got to pull them out. If you break them, they break hecka easy, so don't beat yourself up if they break. They break super easy, so just save the ones you can. You can go buy new ones at an auto parts store if you need to, and then we'll put it on. When you put it on, you put these clips, these hook parts in first, and then you just kind of gently push it all into place. Make sure it snaps. Now when you do this, make sure go down slow to make sure it doesn't hit this. Sometimes they hit and can crack them again, so just be careful with that first time coming down.